Welcome to another edition of Wings Weekly. Jay Kleinknecht here, and this time assistant coach Hill is joining me. And there's a good reason for that, Coach Hill, as you remain undefeated as the bench boss. And of course, head coach Scott Langer exited the bus early. Yeah, no kidding, right? Knock on wood. Exited the bus early as he joined Tiffany, and we are very, very happy to congratulate them on the birth of their babies, Vivian and Kaysen, that were born 8:30 on March 12th. And so, again, congratulations to them, and couldn't be more happy. Coach Langer looked forward to rejoining the team when he's able, but certainly has bigger fish to fry right now, so to speak. But thanks so much for coming on with us, and we'll talk a little bit about the weekend, also about what we've got coming up, as is usually the case. Friday night, we had a 5-1 win there in St. Cloud. Power play was 2 of 4, and penalty kill was perfect. Schneids had 2 goals, Manti with 2 as well, and then Goldie with another. So Manti continues his point streak, and a pretty strong performance overall on Friday night. Wouldn't you say so, Coach?
Yeah, I think going into it, we didn't want to give a whole lot defensively, and I thought that was one of our strongest parts of our game because we were able to really counter on that. I think we only let up 13 shots Friday night, and when you're only going to be letting up that many shots, I think it's going to be, a little bit easier on your goaltender if you could really play a good defensive game, and that's what the guys did then. And I think a couple of our goals started from our D zone where we got up, and Schneider's first goal especially, that was one where it just started in from Seibel touching the puck, and I think 5 out of 6 guys touched the puck on that one before Schneids put it in the back of net. So that was, kind of what we've been working on too, is creating that offense from the D zone too.
Sure. Transition game continues to excel, and it's been the case from the very beginning with this team. It seems that transition, Coach Langer and I have talked about that too, that this team's, for one reason or another, the learning curve was very short when it came to the transition and so on. Going on to Saturday, another first period that kind of felt a little bit like it did on Friday, where things were fairly evenly matched, things going back and forth, but you end up with a 4-1 win. Only had the one power play percentage or opportunity, at least according to the stats, even though the stats I think a little off in some cases. But and then 1 of 4 on the penalty kill with 0.4 seconds on the clock, giving up the one power play goal. But another nice win Saturday. What were your thoughts?
I think it was, for the most part, I think, 59 minutes and 50 seconds was great.
Yeah.
And then we did take, some just silly penalties there, especially that one at the end that put us down in the last minute. And, it's a tough one to let up that, I know our PKs, very apologetic to Seibel because they should have been a little better, and then the penalty that happened probably shouldn't have happened, especially in a 4-0 game with a minute left. But overall, like you said, that first period, it was another game where we were just kind of going, feet were going, and kind of that trend kind of continued into the second and third period, which guys just were playing very simple, and they started making some good plays, got a couple of good opportunities there. The one with getting up ice again with Mann's goal, Fraser shoots it, hits off his shaft and in the net. That was a good go-ahead for us in that game, kind of gave us a little good spark early on.
Yeah, without a doubt. Looking at stats over the weekend, well, not over the weekend, over the season, but over the weekend I was looking at the stats, and I got to thinking a little bit about how strong, typically speaking, the second and third periods have been for the Wings as the season has gone along. Where your other teams are starting to fall off a little bit and having a tough time closing, the Wings just seem to continue to almost pick up steam as the game goes along. And I mentioned that to Coach Langer before too, but what do you attribute that to? Is it work ethic? What is it that just keeps this team going and continuing to get stronger?
Yeah, work ethic's definitely part of it, but I think we have such a great core of leadership that we just we pat them on the back a lot because they're leading, and it trickles down.
Yeah.
So you get the right leaders, they're going to do the right things, and guys are going to follow suit.
Without a doubt. It's fun to see, though, because, you'll see it, like I said, in the first period, both Friday and Saturday night. Fairly tight game, fairly close game, and then you see the second where the Wings start to pull away a little bit, and then traditionally you look at the goals that are scored in the third, and the Wings just have a way of kind of standing on the gas, so to speak, and putting teams away. Again, that's generally been the case. Verdes gets the monkey off his back, literally and figuratively, so to speak. So that was kind of nice, and a lot going on Saturday's game. Josh Aycock joined you on the bench. I wanted to talk a little bit about how that all went. I mean, I know I talked with Coach Langer earlier, if he was going to have to miss some games, he just talked about the faith that he had in you, knowing that you knew full well how to handle things and what to do. But that had to be a little strange, too, to have Josh step in and be like, okay, here's how this is going to work, I mean, obviously you guys have known each other a long time, but different kind of chemistry and everything.
Yeah, and Josh, he did a great job. Like, I normally run the D. Smack will run the forwards, and it kind of swapped. I ran the forwards, and Josh ran the D, and I kind of just, after the first, before the first game, I kind of just guided him a little bit on what to kind of do there. Mm-hmm. And then he kept asking questions and questions, and I said, I trust you. You're going to do the right thing. Just trust your gut, and if there's something that needs to be changed, I'll come and let you know real quick, so that we could carry on. And then, after both games, I just said, Josh, you did a great job back there too. So it was, he's a guy that he's not always here, but he knows the team really well. So that's what's a big bonus of him stepping up and, doing what he did for the team too this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Well, we always talk about the depth that the Wings have as a team. Turns out it's a coaching staff too.
Oh yeah,
worked out pretty well. Well, before we get into Minot, which is coming up, of course, I wanted to talk a little bit, about the great news that we heard on Friday night and so on, and talking about family. We talk about that as a team oftentimes, about how close this team is and so on, but that extends again to the coaching staff. And I know you and your wife are very close with Tiffany and Scott. That had to be, a pretty exciting moment for you guys too, and for your wife.
Yeah, I mean, my wife, as soon as everything was kind of laid out, she actually was up there down there in Sioux Falls in the hospital, and was able to visit for over 24 hours, and then she came home yesterday afternoon, so Sunday afternoon, and she was able to really kind of, take a piece of that to her heart, and actually I'm happy she was there. And it was a little bit of a tearjerker when Langer got off the bus Friday too. I said, oh, it's happening, this is it, and it couldn't be any happier for him. And just continue to pray for all four of them and the family, just continue good health. And so that's one thing that it was just big time, especially being with ever since he brought me in here, and it's the whole family thing is really nothing to do. It's all about, again, with the leadership. It's nothing we tell the guys like, you're a family. It's the leaderships from years before that have played for Langer continue to have this family mentality when guys come here, and the burning sensation that you'll fight for your family, and you could fight for a teammate, but like, family's close to your heart too. It's even closer, and that's one thing that this group of guys and every team that I've been a part of with Langer now, I've 2 years playing for him now, 3 years coaching with him, and it's the same thing ever since. Yeah. And Langer never has to say a thing about it. It's just, that's what it is when you're here.
And it's funny, that's exactly why I brought it up, about the babies and stuff, because how it does, in fact, transition. It's not just a team. It's the coaching staff. It's everyone. It's a family, and that is really cool. And when he got off the bus and he said, "Guys, the babies are coming," and everybody's pounding on the windows and on the seats and stuff.
Everyone was confused. What's going on? Why is he getting off the bus? We're only an hour and a half away from St. Cloud, and then he gets in Mr. Odie's car, and I said, the babies are coming. Just an uproar of guys.
Bus got pretty excited.
Kind of sparked them a little bit. I think that was a big part of the success that night.
I wondered about that. If maybe it was a little more incentive to be like, we're going to win this one for them. So, very cool. You've got Minot coming up midweek. And I always talked with Smack about midweek preparation and how things change and so on. I imagine it's going to be even more different with him, being in Sioux Falls. I'm sure, knowing him, he's going to be involved in one way or another. But it changes some things, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, we always have a constant conversation. Like for Langer and I, we never stop talking to each other. But yeah, so I mean, our preparation. Looking at it, just got 2 days of on ice, and then Wednesday game here, and our prep is going to be the same. Like our mentality is always the same. We condense it, and then we kind of really just, and we got them for 3 straight, but always just looking at the first one. So we're always just kind of looking at the Wednesday, what we need to do to prepare the right way, the things that we need to fine tune from the weekend, and look at what Minot's doing well, because they're a really good hockey team right now with the 2 wins against Bismarck on the weekend, and they're putting up some good points. Their goaltender's playing really well, and that's one thing that we got to kind of get our guys in the right mindset to this is what we have to prepare for right now too.
Right. Well, and then, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was going to touch on that. The fact it probably makes things a little easier to prepare for a team that you're going to see Wednesday, but then we'll also see Friday, Saturday, versus having a team come in on Wednesday and then having to go, see somebody else on the weekend. At least you've got the same group, and like you said, they're going to be definitely coming in with some confidence after a strong weekend against Bismarck.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, standings are as follows. The Wings at the top of the Central Division with 67 points and 35 games played. Bismarck with 45 points and 38 games played. Minot sitting in third with 35 points and 35 games played. The Wilderness, 26 points and 31 games played. St. Cloud, just a point out, with 25 points and 33 games played. And then Austin at the bottom of the division right now with 24 points and 33 games played. Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming on the show. That's really about all I've got for you. But great weekend, and good luck against Minot on Wednesday.
All righty, thank you.
All right, folks, we'll continue with our second portion of Wings Weekly coming up after this.
How you move matters. Avera Orthopedics helps you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Whether you suffer from aches, breaks, tears, or dislocations, turn to the orthopedic team experienced in treating every body.
Welcome back as we continue on with Wings Weekly, and as is usually the case, we have a player joining us, and this time it's Kyle Gaffney of Plymouth, Michigan. Kyle, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet. Well, I always start with players, and like most interview kind of do, or with the history. How you got started with hockey, and like I said last week, you started with a book on the first page. So how does your first page of hockey get going? I know you've got a brother that played, and we'll get to that in just a little bit here. But how old were you when you first put skates on?
Yeah, so I was, I think, about 2 years old when I first started skating, maybe 3. But yeah, so I mean, my brothers both played, my dad played, so I didn't really have a choice. But yeah, I just loved it from the start.
It always seems like an easy transition when you've got family that's went down that road before, but in your case it's a little different, because not only do you have brothers that have played, and your dad, as you mentioned, but in junior hockey, but also one that's played for Coach Langer. So you come into this a little bit of insight, maybe even about his mentality and a little bit about his personality, all that stuff that probably some of the other players don't have. So that's got to be a little bit of a head start, so to speak.
Yeah, it was for sure an advantage. Just my brother just telling me how Smacks does this thing, and it works as you can see. So it was an easy choice coming here, and that definitely helps.
Yeah. How about hockey highlights? Now, obviously the goal is to win a national championship with the Wings and so on, and continue on and play collegiate level and continue your hockey history, but you have a state championship under your belt, don't you?
Yeah, high school, Detroit Catholic Central. I was junior year.
Probably one of the highlights, I would imagine?
Yeah, for sure. That was awesome. Yeah, definitely something you'll never forget.
Yeah. I know there's been a handful of guys that have come through the Wings locker room that have a state championship, and they're, it's certainly a very proud and emotional kind of thing for them, because it's not an easy accomplishment. And I always feel like that winning creates more hunger or more thirst for to do more. And when guys are in the Wings locker room, they want another one. They want another championship. They want another one of those memories and stuff. I feel like sometimes it kind of creates a little bit of thirst, so to speak. Well, tell us a little about you away from the rink. What do you like to do? Do you have any hobbies? Do you hunt or fish or anything like that? Or a gamer?
I like playing video games. Always down to hang out with the boys. We played some wiffle ball, some basketball, so that's always fun. But yeah, anything like outdoors, that's a good time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, good. How about the locker room? We talked with Coach Hill just a little while ago about the family atmosphere and so on that this locker room has, and I've talked with other players in the weeks past that even that have said that it's not just a saying, that it is a very close group. But in every family, there's inevitably that uncle that's always a goofball, or that kid that's a class clown or whatever. Who would you say in this locker room is the most likely to pull a practical joke? Who's the most likely to be would you call the class clown, so to speak?
I'd say Vertes and Goldowski. I'd throw Nielsen in there too.
Yeah. A couple of characters for sure, and there you go. Most likely to pull a practical joke: Vertes, Goldowski, and Nielsen. I can't say that I'm all that surprised by that. All right, I've got a couple of questions for you here, just kind of some silly ones, and then we'll get to Minot and how the week progresses. Would you rather believe everything that you were ever told, or never be able to tell a lie, even the smallest little white lie?
I'd say never be able to tell a lie.
Yeah?
You look pretty stupid if you believed everything you're told, so...
I think you're probably, I'd go with that too, because you don't want to be that gullible.
Yeah.
How about this one? Would you rather be ridiculously famous and have everybody know you for something, whatever it might be, but be ridiculed, constantly be paparazzi taking pictures and news reports of something that you did or whatever, or go through life being unnoticed completely?
I'd say unnoticed.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. I think flying under the radar is just kind of... It's just, you don't got to worry about anything, really.
Behind the scenes, flying under the radar. All right.
Yeah.
All right, one more of these. Would you rather be really, really ridiculously good looking, or really, really super smart? There's advantages to both. I mean...
Yeah, for sure. It's a tough one. I'd say smart.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the more practical way to go about it, no doubt. Okay, Minot, as I was talking with Coach Hill about, we've got Minot coming in Wednesday, and then a weekend against them Friday, Saturday up in Minot. How does the week of preparation change at all for players when you have a midweek game and then you turn around and have a weekend road games? At home even, that's one thing, but when you have to get on the bus, it's got to change some things a little bit, I would think. Or do you just is it just take it day by day, or how does that go?
Yeah, there's a little change to it. I'd say for the most part, just take it day by day. Obviously, you got to change your routine a little bit, but not too much. Just kind of practice first 2 days and then get ready to play Wednesday.
Yeah. Physically speaking, an added game middle of the week that you're not really used to, is there anything that you have to do differently as far as meals and sleep and all that kind of stuff? Not really? No,
not really. I'm still going to eat the same pregame meal, pregame nap, so...
Yeah. Do you have, speaking of pregame naps and meals, do you have any superstitions that you have, that you walk through or have to do a certain way or whatever when it comes to game days?
I just after morning skate, I guess I just got to play some NHL on the Xbox, but... Yeah, and then just take a nap.
Yeah, that's kind of a routine. Nothing that you're like, oh, I'm just off if I don't do.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. So.
All right. Well, again, then you turn around with Minot. When you have back-to-back games like that with a team, where it's been pretty tightly contested in games past with them and stuff. Do things get a little bit more heated when you see teams, on a more regular basis like this?
Yeah, I'd say so. Playing a team even twice is tough, but playing a team 3 times in a row, that's even tougher, and it definitely gets even more heated. Yeah.
Shorter memories for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kyle, that's really about all I've got for you. I appreciate you coming on here, though. Anybody that you want to send a shout out to? Anybody back home or anything?
Shout out my parents, mom, dad, my brothers, Connor, Sean, my sister, Lauren. Miss you guys. Love you.
Excellent. All right. Well, a couple of quick things I want to touch on. First of all, congratulations, of course, as we mentioned, to Scott and Tiffany. Also, congratulations to the Aberdeen Cougars. The Lady Cougars girls varsity team took first place in state. That makes 4 state championships for the Aberdeen Cougars Association, or the Hockey Association and Aberdeen Cougars. So congratulations to them. 4 state championships for the Aberdeen Hockey Association. Aberdeen Roncalli Lady Cavs, they won their first ever Class A state basketball championship over the weekend. Congratulations to them as well. Wednesday, March 17th, Minot Minotauros come to town. St. Patty's Day game. Its corporate sponsor is Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. It's Presentation College night. All PC students will receive free admission courtesy of Presentation College. Aberdeen Cougar Pee Wee C's will be recognized at the first intermission for their state championship. Player autographs in the lobby after the game. I know that's become really popular with the trading cards and so on too. Doors open at 5:30 and the puck always drops at 7:15. Get your tickets now at tickets.aberdeenwings.com. $10 general admission tickets are also on sale now at any of the 4 Sea Express locations in Aberdeen with additional purchase. And the hockey night, Aberdeen Hockey Night, Friday, April 2nd, is girls varsity recognition. That on Friday night. And then the Yilda Shrine Teddy Bear Toss is Saturday, April 3rd. That's always a really fun event, and people look forward to that. So start stocking up on your teddy bears. Season Ticket Appreciation Night is April 16th. And Parents Weekend, May 14th and 15th. So some dates to mark your calendar with, or for. Corporate night sponsorships are still available for home games throughout the 2020-2021 season and playoffs. Call Aaron at 605-380-5852 for more information. Don't forget, Wings Weekly is now a podcast. Find the audio for this season's episodes on Spotify, Stitcher, or iHeartRadio. For all the latest news and information on the Wings, visit AberdeenWings.com or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. Well, once again, Kyle, I appreciate you coming on. Kyle Gaffney, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much, and best of luck against Minot.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. All right, folks, well, that will pretty much wrap up this week's Wings Weekly.